What's going on, people? It's your boy Sal back in the building, man. This is episode 135. 135. Let me make sure you guys hear me loud and clear. I think I'm on. Sounding okay? Yes, I am on. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. I'm back in the building for today, March 6th, 2017. As I said, this guy can't go a week without saying something stupid. And now as a country, we are all, into some other kind of bullshit. While we as traders try to make money in this mess, all right, that we call a Donald Trump presidency. Today was pretty much all Nasdaq, man. Today was all Nasdaq. Nasdaq was, the king of the road right now. I think we had like two stocks, actually like 4 or 5 that were up 20% or higher. We'll take a look at that in a second. I feel like I should have went in on Friday, but, had to get the lady some time. Thank you for joining me. Let's go ahead and get the show started. Let's go ahead and get the show started here. All right. What's going on, man? Money Stay Woke. Johnny Get Down. Who else is in here? Let me turn this down a little bit lower. There we go. Tony Hampton. Africa Emporium. Jermaine Gill. Trader Trace is in here. Demario Ware. Q DeMayo. Mickey Bang Bang. Hello. Freddie Foster was good. Rodney Nurse. Who else is in here? Muddy Wolf. Brandon Hall. All the people who were in here early. Look at that. Jeff Thayer. Bruce Cole. Donzel Essex. Everybody. James Sellers. What's up, man? Londell Carter. All right. iProd. Coralie. What's up, Coralie? Lawrence Kane. Beautiful Coralie in the building. Thomas Janik, billionaire soon. So shout out to everybody in the chat room, man. It's again, today was all Nasdaq, man. And if you had some day trades available after what was a crazy week last week, last week was just, I think we all wanted to get last week out of our system after what happened. And Mr. Lloyd, first call in the day, real soon here. Look at that. Let me see here. Okay, Mr. Lloyd, hold on, because I don't even think I got. Let me see here. One moment, Mr. Lloyd. Hold on. Yeah, what's up? Jeff Thayer. You saying I'm offline? Astro Traveling. You changed your account name? All right, Mr. Lloyd, call me back. Call me back, Mr. Lloyd. All right. Okay, yeah, somebody was saying I was offline, but I'm looking like I'm online. So it kind of threw me off there for a second. But Mr. Lloyd, call me right back, man, 206. Mr. Lloyd, call me back. I'm on the air. Lines are open. And as I said today, we had... Okay, there he is. Mr. Lloyd, you're on the air. What's up, man? Oh, nah, man. Just, I wanted something different, the little top view. You know what I'm saying? Just mixing it up, man. I'm just playing with the thing today. You know how it goes. Yeah, you already know what it is. Okay. Hold on, Mr. Lloyd. Hold on, Mr. Lloyd. They're saying they can't hear you for whatever reason. Let me see somewhere. Hold on.
Here.
Oh
Here,
no.
let me turn the device and see if I can hear myself.
Okay. No. They're saying they can't hear you, so that means. Okay. God damn, man. They did an update.
No, this thing.
They did an update to what I used to stream.
Test 1 2.
So no, you're good. You're good.
Okay.
It's
Now
it's
I can
on
hear
my
myself
end.
now.
Hold on. You say you can hear yourself?
Yeah, they said we're good now.
Okay.
All right.
All
Yeah,
right.
man. I can't stay on. I can't stay on too long. I really got to get cranking and studying and start trying to draft up some stuff. But I decided to make a bold move today, and I ended up putting like $3,000 into the Russell 2000 this morning, and I was up like $300. Within. I mean, it was moving so damn slow. My expectations was that I was going to be shit. 5, 6. I missed that big ass move going down, man. I looked at it. Somebody knocked on the fucking door this morning, and I was hesitating to get in that shit. I was like, I need to go answer the damn door. And they made that big ass move going down, but that would have been like $5,000. And I ended up trying to get the leftovers, and it didn't move much. And so I ended up looking at $300, and I didn't take it. And next thing you know, I had to close out the trade because I was down 400.
Okay.
So I ended up going back in again before I left, and I'm driving down the road on my way to work. Here it is. I'm up 545. I ended up putting like $5,000 in there, and I was up 545. I didn't take the profits. I got stuck in a meeting, and it's very, very hard to trade when you can't see the chart to know if you're at the top, the bottom, the mid. And so I'm down. I end up losing 200. So about 400, 500 a day. About 500.
Okay.
And right now I held the trade overnight for 2 calls, and so we're going to see what's going to happen.
So 2 calls for the Russell 2000 for 2. And what's the strike price?
1385.
Okay.
So I really don't like holding overnight. Basically, I wanted to. I mean, I've been practicing all weekend trying to get that $1,600 move just once or twice a week. You know what I'm saying? But I burned through 2 day trades. I had 2 to start with, and I burned through 2 day trades within an hour because when you look at the minute chart, man, you get fucking chopped up real quick.
Yeah.
And you really, if you got distractions around the house, you really have to just tell people to go away. And when somebody knocked at the door, it really kind of messed with the game this morning. So we're going to see how tomorrow plays out. Other than that, man, I just I'm contemplating on just getting this compressed schedule, so having 1 day off, every other week during the week, and so it will allow me to kind of to focus on trading. All I need is one big play, and as you can see with the Russell 2000, I mean, it makes huge moves, and today was a really big test for me because I never dumped so much money into one option because, I'm thinking that I'm going to lose it all within seconds, and which it could happen, but the stock was moving slow enough where I can kind of control it. It's not like in the video. So I guess in a way it helped me to get over that fear because that's how some guys, they make. There's one guy, he'll make that $2,000 within 5 or 10 minutes and he's done. I mean, shit, that's how I want to be. I don't want to have to hold a trade for 2 or 3 days because you just don't know what's going to come out with the news. So, just one last question for you. You got T-Mobile?
No, I don't have T-Mobile. I have Verizon actually right now.
Man, let me tell you something. So T-Mobile sent me a text message on Friday, and for all you T-Mobile people, I'm about to say some words to them tomorrow when I get a hold of them. But I got a text message saying you can add a free line if you go down to the store. So I go down to the store. Of course, there's a lot of people up in the store. I wait an hour and a half to go talk to somebody. Got the text message 2 days ago, and they talking about the promotion in it. And the text message says limited time only. Don't say how long it's going to be.
Wow.
So
that's T-Mobile for you. I used to work there. I know.
I was like, ain't that some fucked up shit? And so I called the customer service. Well, it's limited time, and so you should have known. You should have known better before you went down. I said, well, if you're going to send me something, you need to put a date or something on. You don't just buy milk and it says limited time only. I mean, you want to see the damn date on there.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't know, man. But anyways, I'll let you get on with the show. I know I'm in Russell 2000 right now with those 2 calls. I'm hoping for a big move tomorrow. Looks like it's in the consolidation phase. I'm going to crack down on some studying, man, but I hope you have a good weekend. I will see you tomorrow.
Thank you so much, Mr. Lloyd. Appreciate the call.
All right, thank you.
Long-time listener, long-time caller, Mr. Lloyd. Thank you again for your call, sir. Just venting a little bit about some things, but also letting the world know what he's in, which is the Russell 2000. And Mr. Lloyd is really counting on the idea that this market is going to continue to run. All right. He's counting on the idea that the market is going to continue to run. We've got David from Investors Hang Out in the building. What's going on, David? I think a lot of people got caught a little bit today because the market opened up a little bit weaker than expected. The market opened up a little weaker than expected, but for the most part, it was a sideways day. I mean, the SPY down, practically 0.30%. All right, so less than 0.25%, or just above 0.25% on the SPY. But all in all, we expect the good times to continue to keep rolling. Again, as long as we, stay out of the bullshit. Right now, we got a lot of bull crap going on in our country right now. All right, so we got a man in running the country who's just not focused, and we've got now the the bankers of the world talking about raising rates. All right, they're talking about raising interest rates. For the most part, I'm hearing that analysts believe that the market's going to absorb it pretty well. So we shouldn't see an incredible pullback. When it was announced last Thursday, where there was a run in JNUG, the junior gold miners playing. But obviously today, no confirmation on that news today on the market. That's what I was looking for, to see whether or not there'd be any confirmation on a turnaround when we talk about commodities, particularly gold and silver, and I did not see that at all today. So I do expect, and SLV as well, no confirmation on the announcement of interest rates moving higher. As you can see here, JNUG and SLV on Friday did relatively well, but no confirmation today on that news. Okay? And as I said earlier today, it was all Nasdaq today on the markets, as you can see here. Let me see here. Let me bring up my, thanks to Equity Feed, top stocks to watch today. TGTX, CNCE. As you can see, those are the top 10, and most of those, if not all of them, were Nasdaq stocks. They were all Nasdaq stocks, and Nasdaq was hot today. If you had some day trades, you jumped on what I decided to do, which was BIOS. BIOS was the only one actually really, in my opinion, was tradable. All right, because as you can see on BIOS, this is the chart I love after the first 30 minutes of the bell. After the first 30 minutes of the bell, it's going and, you're setting the high and it's breaking through the high. This was really the only stock you could have traded in before, as you can see here, 11:30 noon, and you could have got yourself some profits. All right. Very, very liquid. Let me get this alarm. Very, very, very liquid. And it turned out to be a good trade. Obviously, not everybody played it, but it was very, very liquid today. BIOS. Treasure Hunter, you're on the air. What's up, man? Treasure Hunter, just lost you, man. Call me back. Whatever, I don't know what happened on that. Said Rodney Nurse, we had it for three days straight on POTN. We had it for 3 days straight last week. It was horrible. Horrible. MKAU. Yeah, man. Look, again, last week, Friday, we talked about MKAU. I wrapped up the show with MKAU and how you guys had practically been scammed in MKAU. And sure enough, today again, I still don't think the software was released, right? I still don't think the software was released. All right? It's still not live. Crazy, man. Absolutely crazy. I think this was a learning lesson. I think it was a learning lesson, a real learning lesson. A real learning lesson today and Friday in MKAU that some of these companies, man, aren't as honest. Some of these companies are not as honest. But I love it. You know, it was so crazy because it was as if they were all with you guys up until the end, and they just disappeared. The owners disappeared. I don't even think you guys can get a hold of them now, right? You can't even get a hold of them.
What's up, Sal? What's up?
It was a flop, Michael. That's what it was. Hey, Treasure Hunter, what's up, man?
Not much, brother. Not much, man. Sitting back, just tuning your show. Checking you out. Let me see. I know I haven't been up for a little minute. Been trying to do a little drag race stuff here. Where I finally got the transmission tuned in, dialed in, kind of right.
What you got for us, man?
Yep. But did manage to do let me see. I usually don't play it, but I'm trying it. Dropped a little bit in on ETRM. They got a little earnings out. I think tonight, tomorrow, or yesterday, or something like that.
Okay. Yeah, ETRM didn't run until the last damn hour of the. Well, actually, the last 15 minutes of the day. You were actually headed for a down day until it got saved there. Okay. We'll see what happens on ETRM tomorrow with all that volume coming in real late in ETRM, as you can see there on the 5-minute daily chart.
Yeah, man, it had me scared, bro, because like you said, you know what I'm saying, I bought in, towards the little middle of the day kind of thing, and it was like sideways, and I was like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
Maybe earnings, didn't make it. Then all of a sudden, like you said, the last half hour or whatever, it just kind of rocked up there.
Right.
Now, I don't do this indicator stuff. What do your indicators say, go along, whatever? I know if it don't make earnings, saying people sell out kind of thing. But,
well, no, yeah, I can't tell you. I mean, you're literally right at, you're not at previous top. You're not at the previous top, but you're definitely headed there when you see a recent top, which was the third. Find yourself some time, go and see what it did on the third. So it looks like it kind of hit just below that. So we'll see what happens with ETRM tomorrow. But definitely not a stock I was looking at. But I do see it bounced off that bottom or just below at the 615 and used it as support. So it used the support from the third,
to bounce back,
right, to bounce back. So really interesting move there on ETRM.
Yeah. All right. Just keep your eyes on it. Something to watch.
Okay.
Like I said, if it, saying it runs like drives, because this is one of the ones that run back in the day also,
Yeah.
And hopefully it might take off, so I don't know if they might make earnings, but
Okay. Yeah,
Yep.
ETRM. Yes, sir.
Yep. All right, because
all right. Appreciate it. Thanks for the call. Yeah, shout out to Treasure Hunter. I mean, he's trying to play the earnings on ETRM, and he's right. This was a stock that ran previously. If you go back to January, and the stock is actually really nice and tight on these bands when you look at the daily chart. When you go back to January, it was one of the stocks to really start off the year very, very aggressively on ETRM. So he might be on to something here. He might be on to something here on ETRM. So huge move in the stock where it was, as you can see there, 5 days of just incredible amount of gains in ETRM before cooling down. And now it's nice and flat, bands are nice and tight. And obviously if earnings are, what the market is looking for, and sometimes even when it's not what the market is looking for, it could still run. All right? It could still run. All right? Why is everybody asking what was GIGL news? I don't know what's going on with GIGL news. I don't know anything about GIGL. What's going on? Yeah. MKU. Yeah, man, that was just a sad story. But again, thank you, Treasure Hunter. I'll actually put that on the stock to watch list. And yeah, MKAU. I don't want to beat the dead horse on it, man, because we talked about it a little bit last week. But very, very, very disappointing news. Very, very, very disappointing when the company just disappears. The company disappeared. Said the promoter promised news. When did he promise news? 561. You're on the air. What's up?
What's up, Sal? What's going on? Just
Nope.
tuned in. Letting everyone know about RNVA. I don't know if you talked about that yet.
Yes, we have not talked about RNVA yet. Obviously, doing very, very well. Continuing on its gains from last week. How long do you continue to see this going, man? I mean, the stock is up now almost $1.50, man. And how long is this going to keep going?
Hey, man, look, we just play the ticker. If it keeps on going, we be prepared for it. So if it does, we're already in position.
Okay, all right. So no price that you feel is too hot here that you're going to jump up. You're just continuing to go for the ride.
Yeah, because the way that I play, I either buy the breakout or I'll just actually start implementing the dip buy strategy, which is like the morning panic. If you look at that stock, that's exactly what it did. So it opened up, fell to the floor. If you're looking at RSI on the 1 minute chart, you could basically like spot the bottom once it dipped over the, oversold portion of RSI, pick it up, and if you see a strong reversal with volume, that'll be my entry right there. I played it this morning, caught some really good gains on it. Yeah, man, if it keeps going up, you're going to keep on playing it.
All right, appreciate it, man. Thank you so much for the call.
No problem.
All right, so 561 talking about RNVA. And, he's right. I mean, the stock opened up on those buy orders from last week. Obviously, people looking to see if they can get a part of, the victories that's been going on in RNVA. Unfortunately, there were no buyers to keep that price up there in the threes, in the high threes. The stock eventually came down, found that low, which actually wasn't the low of the day, as you can see. It wasn't actually the low of the day, but it found support at 299 and just was able to maintain a gain for the day. Was able to maintain a gain for the day. I think you opened up at like 285. You opened up at 285, so you really couldn't get much than that unless he was able to close out of that at 320. You were able to do some really, really good stuff. Yeah, you were able to do some really, really good stuff on RNVA 296 where it closed out. But again, continue to watch it. It was on our list last week, RNVA, and it continued to do some really good things today. And it just up, 3%. But again, I think, if you could have been able to, play this today, I think it went in your favor, as the caller just called and said. Not bad. And talking about dip buys, man, OWCP. You want to talk about dip buys today? I mean, OWCP today acting as using last Friday's low as support. As you can see here in OWCP, it used that $1.07 price as support and bounced off that and closing at 159. So OWCP, if you were able to, buy that support, if you bought that support, you found yourself up almost 40 cents a share in OWCP toward the close. And you're up above the 200-day moving average. All right. So, showing more bullish action or a return of bullish action in the 5-minute chart anyway, in OWCP. All right. And very similar looking chart as well. RSII, Rising India. If you guys remember, Rising India had started to pull back from the second. Rising India today, eventually closing a lot higher. It was looking, to be a red day for the stock, but after 2 o'clock, it seemed to find its momentum, and Rising India OTC play ended up with a 15% gain. Yeah, very nice on OWCP, the Jewish marijuana company. And I did some research this weekend, and I didn't realize that marijuana is so big in Israel. but they just recently legalized it. Well, in a different kind of way. They basically said they weren't going to criminalize you if you bought marijuana, especially if it was your first time offense. They'll give you a little bit of fine, but they're on the road to no longer criminalizing marijuana. In fact, Israel has spent a lot of money in trying to find, cures with this. I mean, they're actually real, about trying to make marijuana be in, the forefront of technology. I mean, forefront of medicine in the next coming 100 years. They honestly believe that. Okay, BIEL, 7% gain. All right, somebody believes in BIEL. More peace. Devon with INAP, 3% gain today in INAP, Internet Software and Services. Let's look at the daily chart and see what's setting up over there in INAP. All right, so INAP, as you can see, here's the daily chart, popping above the 200 moving average back on the 21st, and has been pretty much gliding ever since. You got some strong support there, the 220s. 241 now for INAP. So you might have something there. Bad Scientist, what's going on, man? You're on the air.
Hey, Sal, how you doing?
Doing good, man.
About marijuana.
Yes,
We're speaking about marijuana right now. Yeah, I love MSIG. MSIG is looking fantastic.
Yeah, MSIG was one of the classic stocks I talked about last week that had pulled back so strongly. Based on those comments, we had, like many other of the marijuana plays, had pulled back very strongly, 6-7 days straight of losses. Now 2 days of gains. Now we're up 30% today. Where do you see MSIG going, man? I think we're just now peeking our head above the 20-day moving average on the daily chart.
I'm looking at it right now. I would say between 48 and 50 cents.
Ooh, okay. All right, so
that's
just above the top of the band.
Yeah, just around there. Yeah, I would say about 48, somewhere between 48 and 50. Should be able to get up there.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. I mean, if you look at what caused that big move, you have that hammer at the bottom of the chart.
Yeah.
3 days ago, and then you had your gap up. Good setup of a morning star, and then that was confirmed today with the gap up.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so I like MSIG. I also like ADVT, another OTC.
Advantis, yep. Setting up the same way with that. Bullish confirmation today on that chart, almost 30% gain on that as well.
Yep, so this one looks good. I can see this one going to maybe 34 cents.
Okay.
Thereabouts.
Okay.
On the Nasdaq side, obviously BIOS looks good. I actually got into this one at $1.77 on Friday. I prematurely sold it today at $1.97. Then, of course, it went to $2.30 something. But I made my 11%. I was pretty happy with that, even though I left 20% on the table. So that's fine. But my rules. A lot of stocks tend to just go up 5-10% and then come back down.
Yeah.
I'm happy with that. After hours, I went into DXTR, which had a very big move today. DXTR.
Yeah. Now, DXTR was kind of scary because you had some people really get stuck up there in the twos in the intraday. Again, this is why I think sometimes playing, momentum can be so scary sometimes because the stock really cooled off after hitting that $2. But again, if you came, into the stock after the first 30 minutes, you were able to, again, that's why I love leaving the first 30 minutes, unless you get in pre-market, which I don't believe this stock, I don't know if this stock trades pre-market or not, but DXTR, you were able to get in real nicely at $1.58, sell for the 50-cent gain before the pullback if you saw it coming. But eventually closing back to the pullback price of almost 149. So not bad on that.
And what I would recommend to people is just don't rush and get into stocks. I mean, I use VWAP and a whole bunch of things if I'm day trading, but look for the upper Bollinger Band breakout on the daily chart and get in at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Then, like BOIS, which literally closed just above the Bollinger Band on Friday,
yeah.
Today you would have made a sizable 30%. There's no need to just jump into stocks at the end of the day. Look for charts that set up nicely under the day. Get in at the end of the day.
Hey, Bad Scientist, you sound really far, man. Can you come a little bit closer? I don't know if you like where you are, but you sound. There it is.
Sorry, can you hear me now?
Yes, that's much better.
Oh, sorry. I was just saying people should just be patient instead of rushing into stocks on the same day. Let the daily chart set up. If you look at the bigger picture, look at the daily chart, and then get in at the end of the day, and then maybe play it for the next couple of days, because BOIS was looking set up very nicely on Friday, and you would have made a good gain today. And then the last one I've got is DPRX.
Okay, DPRX, Nasdaq play, up 17% today. That was another stock that got really, really high today. If you didn't know what you're doing, you got caught in there on DPRX, and which was just interesting because this actually, didn't pull back until later. So you had a relatively weak open, then it started to run and then pull back, but it never was able to really recover after that. So this was a very tricky thing to play, man. Volume was really inconsistent, as you can see throughout the daily chart. Where do you see this going, man? I don't know if I would even play this one here.
This one, once again, when you look at it intraday, it's a different picture than looking at it on a daily. Because from the daily, it broke through the 4.8 EMA, and then it also broke the middle Bollinger Band. Right now, it's looking to break the top Bollinger Band. I mean, it closed at, what is it that it closed at?
135. And yes, on the daily chart, this is actually a very strong day for the daily chart, as you can see here.
And then it's looking, if it breaks 141-ish, which would be the upper Bollinger Band, which it did go past there today, but it left an upper wick. I can see this going at least to about 190.
Okay.
190-ish. So that's not too bad. It's a good, 55-cent gain that you could get off of this in the next day or two.
Very, very unusual volume for the stock. I mean, I'm looking through the chart, and it has never had a million share day going back. You had to go back to 2016 to see a day where the stock got over 1 million in volume. And that was a day where it did incredible numbers. It did almost 7 million for a huge, huge gain that day in the stock. But 1.2 million shares traded. I'm looking for the news to justify why that was. But nice technical play there, setting up for what we hope is going to be confirmation in DPRX tomorrow.
Yeah. And of course, it came off a savage gap down on the 25th of October, where it went from $12 and came all the way down to $2. Mm-hmm. I don't know what happened that time, but obviously they say that stocks that are heavily oversold like this must close that gap. So essentially, this stock needs to go back to about $3, where it will establish that low from the gap down.
Now, what stock are we talking about?
DPRX.
DPRX. Okay, you said it has to go.
So if you look at.
Oh wow. Okay, yeah. So you're saying it has to go all the way back to 3.
Yeah, $3 was where it gapped down, but it gapped down from $12 something.
Yeah, this was back. Yeah, this was back in November. Actually, no. Yeah, October.
October the 25th.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, so people should just look out for that. And the last point is about don't rush into it playing intraday. Look at the daily chart. If that's looking really nice on a daily chart, then just wait until the end of the day, buy the stock and play the momentum into the following day.
Yeah, I see that big drop in October here on the monthly chart, and yeah, it has yet to really, get between that gap. And who knows? This could be an attempt to recover some of those long lost gains, but only time will tell.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep. That's all I have for you guys, and thanks again, Charles.
Appreciate it. Thank you, Bad Scientist. All right, so Bad Scientist got, these are really good calls. I actually like these plays a lot. And the, daily charts really confirm what could be bullish confirmation coming in these plays. So again, MSIG, ADVT, BIOS, and DPRX. All right, and DPRX. All right, not bad, not bad. I like them. I like them a lot. All right. DXTR. Somebody bringing up DXTR. And we, discussed it a little bit, but DXTR, kind of played some people off on Friday. We talked about it on Thursday. Played some people off there. Well, you didn't see the confirmation on Friday. All of a sudden today, what you should have saw on Thursday showed up there today in DXTR. $1.49. Very dirt cheap stock. You'd love to see a stock like this run. This is what you love to see. Don't see a run in a stock until you go back as far as almost 6 years ago. So DXTR, long time, has been slowly. And again, you might want to check. It's probably done some splits and whatnot. But if I'm looking at the chart, it's been very, very bearish for a very long time in DXTR. All right. And that is the monthly that we were just taking a look at. DXTR, you can see the last big run here on the daily chart was back in January. But the overall momentum has been very bearish in the stock. All right. DXTR, nice run today. 30% gain on that one. Lewis Rod, USMJ. 11% gain in USMJ. It was also good to see a stock like CBIS, not, really erase all of its gains. I thought CBIS would do what MSIG did, which was, 3 days now. I think MSIG is actually 2 days, but CBIS, we would have a 3-day run in CBIS, but unfortunately that didn't come. MGNA continuing its reddish momentum. All right, we'll see what happens with that. We have Stockerfella in the house. What's up, Stockerfella? He's saying Dries, you guys know, is our favorite little low floater. Dries is our favorite little low floater. And we're continuing to watch Dries and what it does. I don't know, man. I just don't know anymore on Dries. We thought we had it all figured out earlier in the week, last week on the 28th, after that move. But, we didn't get the confirmation we needed. As you know, the last run, we were not able to really be able to tell throughout the chart because they did do the reverse split. But if I'm correct, last time we did get to about the ones where it eventually took up and started running. So it could happen. But, I guess we got to watch out for these fakes, man. We really got to watch out for these fakes. All right? But, yeah, thank you, Bad Scientists, for those, because I honestly think those are, some really good calls there. All right? TXHD, 325% gain. And TXHD on how much? Let me do a quick search on this. On how much, sir? Let me see here. TXHD. Let me see, because sometimes, they try to fool us. They try to fool you. All right, so TXHD. All right, so on $385,000. All right, on $385,000, TXD putting up a incredible gain. Yeah, there were over 600 trades today in TXHD. All right, so not bad in TXHD. This is the daily chart for you today in the stock. As you can see, started off really nicely. You had some people taking positions very, very early. And throughout the day, it looks like more emails got sent out and more people jumped on it. And a very strong close, too, in TXHD. 300% gain. Incredible. I mean, that's absolutely incredible. And this is actually a stock you could have got in. This is a stock you could have got in. TXHD I wasn't looking at it. And if you did make some money on the stock, definitely let me know. How did this come across your scan today? By noon, I realized it was pretty much all Nasdaq, so I kind of stayed focused on that. But TXHD, more piece. That's what's up, man. Nice mover in that stock. In fact, let's go to the daily chart and see if we could have got any indication on this. And all right, so based on the daily chart, yeah, I don't see where you could have been able to tell this was going to do something. But otherwise, I mean, look, you had a strong day on Friday, which was, a green day. I wouldn't say even a strong day. You had a green day on Friday, but definitely no indication that this was going to occur. But hey, that's penny stocks for you. All right, sometimes you don't know when these stocks are going to run. That's why it's so risky to play. So risky to play. Johnny Toussaint, yeah, I was waiting for somebody to bring up Snap. And look, I've never been a believer in Snap, and I don't believe that the big money believes in Snap. All right, these people are cashing out using your excitement, for the liquidity they need to cash out their positions. You got people and their mom and dads and using their retirement money to think they're jumping on this amazing technology that the young people are, is going to change the future. I mean, that's just how it's being sold, man. These brokers are selling it to your parents and your grandparents like it's going to change the world, and it's not that at all. It's not that at all, and it's so sad because, I don't believe this is going to recover. All right. GPRO, 7% in GoPro. And I've been saying it for a long time. I'd love to see GoPro go into like security, particularly what bad scientists, your old stock, not necessarily, well, no, because Coin doesn't necessarily do the video monitoring, but I would love to see GoPro go into like police cameras. I think if they spread their business around, not just from action. I know some police departments actually use GoPros, but if they just really made a move to take over the police, that market and say, hey, look, we are the number one in action cameras. We're going to become the number one name, for police departments all around the world to, get into this business, this line of business. I think they could take it over, all right, and create a new line of income for themselves. All right. What else is here? BSTG, 2% gain. We looked at that. Africa Emporium with GNPT. Green Parts International. All right. Don't know anything about that. Was up 100% today, as you see. Very light volume in that. So be very, very careful in GNPT. All right. I don't know if David's still in the house, but shout out to everybody over at Investors Hangout, man. Thank you so much to all those people. If it wasn't for them, this show would definitely not be possible. So shout out to Investors Hangout. Sign up there. Incredible OTC board over there at Investors Hangout. MEET. I don't know if meat was like a pity play on the Snap side. I don't know if that was a pity play because it didn't translate into the OTC world. If you guys remember Friendable, I didn't see it on Friendable, but Meet, MEET, did have the news. And as I'm looking to the news, let me see here. Discovery, acquisition increases, Meet Me. Okay, so Meet Me today announced that they had 10.6 million mobile monthly users. All right. and they were looking to acquire a company called We. Am I saying that right? This news is very complicated. Announced that to acquire We. Okay, so the company called We, a social and mobile technology company, for $60 million cash. All right. Now, this acquisition will add up to 10 million subscribers to their base. We is a social and mobile technology company based out of San Francisco. All right. And they're basically connected to like the High Five. And High Five, man, I remember High Five from like 10 years ago. Total revenue in 2016 was $44 million. Q4 2016 mobile revenue in We was up 56%. All right, so very small scale mobile platform. Small scale mobile platform. Anthony Stokes, no sir, don't have any teaching. I only simply report. All right, there's so many guys who are more than happy to take your money and not tell you what to trade. So that's my cusp of the show. I'm just going to be here and talking about what's been going on. All right, think Rush Limbaugh for stocks. BLPH. 26% on BLPH. This is another biotech play. Very strong support there in 125, man. BLPH getting on the map with a strong day today, up 26%. Yeah, that's one to watch, man. Definitely one to watch. IDTA. Yeah, IDTA. This is the one that I said to watch last week. I haven't seen any real movement in it, so Brian Knight, I've just been kind of, we'll see what happens. All right, but I like IDTA because it goes based on, again, that whole Trump, law and order type of bullshit. 209% today in Prism. What was that about? I didn't hear any. Hold on. Let's see. Is this legit or was like a reverse or what? Oh, no. Okay. All right. So Prism doing its thing. Yeah, I was so focused on just a few stocks. Not really looking at the. Let me see here. Prism doing its thing today, almost 200%. Am I reading that right? That is absolutely true. Prism doing 200% in the market today. Obviously, I mean, Prism kind of coming out of nowhere, as you can see here. So obviously, clearly a pump. The stock was, relatively low float. So the market really ate it up on Prism, PRZM. And, I gotta, let's look at the financials here, because now I'm a little bit salty because I'm looking at how I missed this one. And if we look at the financials real quick, all right, and I want to see if we see anything interesting. Oh, shit, no, are you serious? Am I reading this right, that this company only has $300 in the bank? Okay, we're going to get back to this in a second. 706, you're on the air. What's up?
What's going on, Father JB 85?
Hey, JB, what's up, man?
No, man. So I got in at MELY this morning. And, man, that thing didn't last long at all. Just like you said, it went up to about 100% within the first probably like 30 minutes or hour. And it came straight down. Yeah, I wasn't feeling this last week when you brought it up. I wasn't sure on that. I thought it was kind of a bit of a fake out for some people to sell into what would be buying into the morning, and that's exactly what happened on MELY. I didn't think it's set up as good as we saw some other ones last week, but all right. But I mean, it's cool, man. Learning lesson, but I know you'll be picking better ones in the future. Yeah, of course. I got this one I want you to look at. It's kind of weird. I got it today. It's UBIA.
UBIA.
Yeah.
Let me see here. UBIA. Is that the blockchain internet something?
Yeah. Blockchain internet.
Okay. Yeah.
I've been in that for like a couple of days, and that thing has been doing like crazy. It's been moving crazy.
Okay, UBIA. All right, so my chart, for whatever reason, let me see here. UBIA. Okay, so UBIA. All right, so very scattered stock, as you can see here. All right, so I'm moving to trading view here. Okay, so yeah, UBIA, very aggressive last couple of days. Very hard to trade there, man. It's not very, very low volume. It has been quite aggressive. I mean, this is probably not a stock I would advise anybody who really doesn't know what they're doing to jump in. Very low volume. It looks like very erratic trading in the stock. As you can see, it is incredibly low float. $400 million market cap today based on that move in UBIA. All right, cool, man.
I was seeing some news on something about I guess somebody bought the Republican of China or Hong Kong, something like that. The People Republic of Hong Kong. They bought, I guess, 99.9% of all the shares.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess the owner of the company or something like that. I guess he just bought in and he owns like all the shares. So. It was a little bit of news that they were talking about that, and I was like, that's why it was moving. I don't know much about it. I just know it was moving, so I had got in there and, just kind of riding it.
Okay. All right. Yeah, interesting move. Yeah, really scattered, though, so be careful on that one.
Yeah. It's real scattered. I've been in it since like $10, and it's all the way up like 20, 24 right now. And then at the last second on the, I guess it says 24, but at the last second it went up to like, what is it, like $40 or something like that, $44? But anyway, another one that I had was RMTN.
Okay. Rocky Mountain Fire.
They actually have a Bitcoin themselves. It's a Potcoin, I believe it's called.
Okay.
That they have out right now. So I think I've been hearing a lot about that right there. That they they have news and everything on it. Potcoin, I don't know. I think it's called Potcoin. I'm not too sure, but it's some type of Bitcoin currency that they're dealing with right now.
Okay. RMTN is the ticker. Rocky Mountain Fire, publicly traded company. Holding company, acquisition, creation of operating entities. Okay. The company has one business, Hempcoin, a cryptocurrency.
And there goes Hempcoin.
Yeah, trading on two cryptocurrency exchanges, CSEX and Yobit exchanges. All right, do your research on that one. Rocky Mountain R. Appreciate it, man. You got anything else for us?
Let me see. I have one more. It's HLWD.
HLWD.
I don't know how I found that one or what that was about, but I had that one on my list too. Okay. That one that did something or was doing something.
All right. Almost Never Films. OTCQB stock.
Okay. That one actually is, I guess, the parent company of that UBIA. That must be why I have that one on there.
Oh, so this is the parent company of it.
Yeah, to that UBIA that I had told you about earlier. I guess somebody, some Chinese, like I said, these Chinese actors or something like that, they own these companies, and I guess that blockchain one is supposed to have something to do with the whole blockchain and cryptocurrency and stuff like that. So, I don't know too much about it. It's really kind of hard to find any news on it. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure they're probably pumping it, but like I said, I'm just riding it like the rest of them.
Yeah. All right. Appreciate it, man. Thank you so much for the call, JBino.
No problem at all, sir.
All right. So 706 letting us know what's going on with that. And Almost Never Films is, putting themselves as a company that is a independent film company. And they got the Bad Boys, like a picture of, Will Smith and Martin Lawrence. I'm thinking like they got something involved with Bad Boys. They got something going with Bad Boys, but I don't think they have anything to do with that company at all. again, he brought up the Chinese, so you're gonna have to do your research on it. Because anytime somebody brings up the Chinese, you're never really sure about those kind of guys. 786, you're on the air. What's up?
Hey, what's up, Sal?
Hey, what's going on? Who am I speaking with?
Are you talking to Stock Maniac?
All right, what you got for us, man?
Well, I was looking at this crazy goddamn stock right here. It's N like Nancy, OVN like Nancy.
All right, NOVN. All right.
You might want to look at this one a couple months back.
So NOVN looks like all right, so the stock crashed from 18. You fell down to as low as actually the 4, so you're up almost $2. But what I like is what you've been doing the last 2.5 weeks or so, which is up almost $1.95 from the 24th.
Do you have the Bollinger Bands on your charts right there?
Oh yeah, it's nice and tight on the daily chart. It's very nice and tight. You actually broken it today, based on its action. You got to a high of almost 850. But where do you think this is going, man? I mean, what's going on with the company right now?
I'm not sure, man. I was really calling you because I was more interested about making calls on this. I just didn't know how to approach it.
Okay. All right, yeah. I mean, NOVN is. I mean, you've had incredible, consecutive days in the stock, man. Since the 24th, again, you're up almost $1.95 in NOVN. Let me see. Is it relatively low flow? Okay, relatively. All right, you closed at 695. Again, the stock is pretty hot. Huge volume in the stock today. In fact, bigger than all consecutive days beforehand. So yeah, I would watch this NOVN tomorrow, man. I mean, I think you would really look at tomorrow and seeing if we can break today's high. If it breaks today's high, then you're going, let me see here. Today's high was 732.
They have this trial that they're going to release the results from in this annual meeting.
Actually, today's
high.
high.
Phase 2 of some drug, I guess, that they're coming out with. I'm sure that came out like late last week. That's why I'm wondering. That's why I'm thinking why it probably closed today almost outside of those bands.
Yeah, I mean, it started losing steam toward the end of the day, but I think if I think tomorrow if you can get above 734 and it looks like it's got support above that, maybe even, let me see here. Yeah, it closed at 695. Yeah, I like 734 as like my entry in it. Let me see. Yeah, if it breaks 734, because 734 was touched twice and it couldn't do it. So I think if 734 and it breaks and it has support above that, I would ride it after that. But yeah, NOVN, nice, man. I think huge gap higher in the morning. Obviously, you wouldn't want to play that, but after it cooled down, looks like it was a solid play for somebody in NOVN. All right.
Thanks.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you for the call.
Yeah, well, I want to show you another one right here, man. MCSX.
MCS. Hey, can I get that ticker one more time?
MTSX.
Let me see. MTSX. All right, let me see. MTSX.
No, I'm sorry. It's MSTX.
Oh, okay. I'm like, what the heck? All right, so there it is. In fact, let me go back to MSTX. There it goes. All right, so MSTX, Mass Therapeutics. This was a company that we were really hoping some things could come out of it after it had broke down back in September, but we never really got anything from it since.
They just released earnings today, right after the market closed.
Okay, where are we at right now after hours on it? Let me see.
After hours, let me put this chart up. Let me put on this data. Right now, after hours, there's some movement, man. I counted like 30,000 in volume up until a little while ago. But right now, it's at 1.12.
Yeah.
12.
Yeah, that's basically where we closed at. I mean, so no real excitement. I do see some orders here after the close. I see some orders coming in. We'll see what happens with MSTX, but it's had some touch and go moments. I do see here when I look in January where you had some gap openings and then touching and then coming right back down. So it's one of those stocks that I would keep an eye on, see what happens with it tomorrow in MSTX.
All right, awesome.
Appreciate it, man. Thanks for the call.
I got one last question for you, man. I'm sorry, I just never get to get you on the phone. What do you think about AMD, man? That stock, it's really been driving me nuts. I wanted to buy it last year and I never did. And my buddy, he's really into options. He's trying to get me into it, and he keeps telling me that it's a good stock to buy some calls for.
Yeah, I mean, if you can buy the low, I mean, that's the problem. Is just that when you think it's got bottom, it continues to go lower. But AMD, it has fooled people before. If you remember, if you go back to the 17th, it got to as low as 1270 before touching 15 again. So, I like what, it showed today on the daily chart, that doji pattern at 1304. So we're at the bottom now of the Bollinger Band, so we could look to be going higher in AMD. Retesting 15, I'm not sure, but I like that 1470 where that higher band is. So maybe $1 in it, but go long on the call. I wouldn't, go in too tight, putting yourself in a weekly or anything like that. I would probably give yourself some time to reach the 15.
I was thinking like in the 120s. I was thinking 120 days minimum, man, because that.
Oh yeah.
It has a lot of dips. It has a lot of dips, but
that's fine. Yeah, $120. That's fine. I mean, it'd be a little bit more expensive for you. I would take a low strike too, so you can be deep in the money, relatively soon. But yes, AMD. Yeah, I actually like that 120-day idea.
All right, well, thanks, man. I appreciate it, man. Your show's badass, man.
Appreciate it. Thanks for the call, man. 786. Yeah, 128 days. Hell yeah, man. AMD will turn around a lot sooner than that. That might be even actually too long. I was thinking maybe like 30 or 60 days, if on that. Because again, we're at the bottom of the Bollinger. We got the doji pattern. If we get confirmation tomorrow, like for example, if AMD puts on just a dime tomorrow. That could set up a really good precedent for the future in AMD to possibly retest recent highs. But that's a stock that's going to continue to do well as long as the market does well. The stocks are already up high to begin with. The stocks are already up high to begin with. AMD hasn't, done a NVIDIA yet. If you guys have been following, NVIDIA has just been shitting on itself ever since, the 120s. I mean, the stock is just lost completely, well over, I read an article, it lost almost $4 billion of value. $4 billion of value in 2 weeks. Incredible move in NVDA. All right, so, it hasn't done anything like that. All right. So we'll see what happens with that. UAAM. What is that? UAAM. Unless you wanted to bring up Under Armour, but that's not the kind of stocks I look at. LLV. Let me see here. I think you were bringing up something else, but LLVV or LVVV, 9% gain in that stock. All right. It's got a lot of stability for our OTC play, man. All right. It's got a lot of stability here. Nice move in that. All right. I'd love to see that volume chart look a little differently, but as it's been getting expensive, you will kind of see this kind of move, as I've explained here several times. OTC stocks, when they're dirt cheap, you'll see regularly 20, 30 million on the volume, and as they get more expensive, you'll see the volume come down as people can't afford to buy as much as they used to as the stock becomes more and more expensive. Yeah, we talked about MSIG. We like MSIG going forward. All right, in the short term. GIG or GEGI, Genesis Electronics Group. Genesis Electronics Group. All right, pulling back a little bit there. I want to really quick go back to OTC markets, and I don't know how this looks on your end. Okay, you probably can't see it that well. All right, so I'm gonna set up a new thing here because I really want to see how Prism was able to get away. How Prism was able to get away with having only $300 in the bank and being able to go as high as 300%. I've always told you guys, some people don't even bother to look at this stuff. The company actually got up to 210%, excuse me. Some people don't even bother to look at this stuff. When I tell people that, sometimes they don't believe me. They really don't take the time to look. Let me see here. Let me see. I want to do a screen capture on this because I can't believe it myself. I can't believe it myself. Let me see here if I can spread this out a little bit so you guys can see this page. Come on. There it is. Hold on. Let me see here. This 10K real quick if I can pull it up. I don't know if you guys can see it that well. All right. So here's the 10K. All right. So we'll go to the financials. And do you guys see what I see? $400 in the bank as of September 30th? Is that right? $400 in the bank. Let me see here. Yeah, that's $400. $400. You said that, you read that right. $400 in cash and equivalents as of September 30th. All right? $400. So as I've said, man, these people don't pay attention to this stuff. They're not paying attention to this stuff, but you got people buying into this thing, and that's crazy, man. You saying it's in the thousands? No. I don't believe. No. I don't believe that. No, because I don't believe that. Nah, Sir Sarge. No, that's $400. That's not 400,000, man. That's $400. No, you guys are reading it wrong. You're reading it wrong. That's $400, bro. If it's in the thousands, it's gonna write thousands. Let me show you guys. No, that's $400. You guys are reading it wrong. They think it's worth more than what it is. They're buying the bull. You're buying the bull, man. That's $300. You read it right. That's $300. All right, let me see here. Hold on. This saying it's 4 million. Ricky Lindo. Because I'm going through the bottom of the chart here. Hold on. I'm reading the on the other side of the window on my other screen. Cause I'm about to show y'all where they say it's only $300 in this bullshit. Let me show y'all in a minute. You know what? I think you guys might actually be right on this one. Hold on. I'm going through it because I want to see where the money came from. Okay. I'm reading it on the other side. No, you're right. I missed that. I'm looking dead at it and I missed it. Hold on. Yeah, I didn't see that. All I saw was the unaudited. I didn't see the in the thousands part. No, they're right. Bad scientists. I didn't see the in the thousands part. It's like right on top of it. All I saw was unaudited. But I didn't see the in the thousands. But goddamn, they giving away a lot of shares, dude. That's what's up, man. Compensate people. They're giving away a lot of shares. Again, I feel sorry for the people in this bullshit, though. Regardless of whatever, I feel bad for everybody who's in this because, man, they're giving away a lot of shares, man. 530, you're on the air. What's up?
So, what's up, buddy? I've called in a couple times. You guys are still talking about TXHD ticker?
I just pulled it up. What do you like about it, man?
Well, you guys are wondering why that motherfucker popped so hard today, and it's because they got some big government contract.
All right, TXHD.
Yeah, they were awarded a large government contract. That's what all these motherfuckers run on news. It's news that are making all these pop.
Now, what do you think about for tomorrow, though? Because now, if people watching
I think. Yeah, exactly. It's got people watching it. So some of them, what I'm noticing, is some of them tend to run for a couple days, especially after good news like what was announced this morning. I mean, it seems like it's got some potential to probably run tomorrow. Is what I'm thinking, but I'm not in it. I should have got in. I saw it going off, but I didn't see the news till later this evening or whatnot, but yeah, it looks like it's got maybe some potential to run tomorrow morning. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm looking for that government news here on TXHD. Now, what was the news? What kind of news? Because I'm not finding it, but if anybody can let me know, post it in the chat room. TXHD.
Yeah, I find them on my iPhone. I've got the stocks, and I'll just set up a huge watch list in the morning, just go through them for news.
Okay.
And it just came up. It was awarded some kind of government contract.
Okay.
So I could try to pull it up on my phone with you.
Okay. No. I see it. Yeah, because I see it. Okay, I see it now. Okay. Aspire Consulting Group awarded large government contract. Okay, let's look into it. TXHD, cloud-based mobile platform provider. Okay. As of March 1st, was notified a significant 10-year government contract. Okay, by who?
Yeah, I don't know. I heard you guys talking about it. I'm just listening in, and I wanted to just let you know. Yeah, there was some kind of news, and yeah, the government contract. I guess that's got people interested, so people are buying.
Okay.
And it seems like the chart looks like it kind of went down in the afternoon for a minute and then popped back up with more interest towards the end of the day. So
yeah.
Chances are it'll definitely spike in the morning, but then, I don't know. I never know how to really put a valuation on stock.
Yeah, I wish this contract had a valuation. That's my thing. I'm seeing that they saying it's a $25 billion 10-year multiple award performance-based contract, which is being shared by multiple companies, but how much they're getting of it, it doesn't necessarily say. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll be seeing.
A lot of money.
Yeah, it's a lot of money. We'll definitely be seeing how much TXHD is affected by this in the next coming days, man. Appreciate the call.
Yeah, thanks. And one more thing is what I've been noticing. I've just been playing the penny stocks, or just pretty much stocks period, for about 4 months. But it does seem like all these stocks are, getting in them is sketchy every time. Yeah. It's like I'm bleeding savagely, and when I just been buying news, man, and just kind of hitting home runs with just news.
Yeah, that's really the only thing to play these. You got to remember, these are manipulated stocks. So these are stocks that are either they are either manipulated, or yes, they will receive news like this situation is. And many times the news is known by certain people in the business before the public knows. So, I mean, they'll sell into the news as well. So this,
No, exactly. That's why.
Mm-hmm.
That's why that MSIG popped yesterday. I feel like is because of insider information, because it started going up yesterday to about 21, then it like slowed down. It was a little breakout from 19 or something around there.
Yeah, Friday.
And then slowed down, and then people bought it all the way into the afternoon. I was kind of wondering why people were buying. And then there was news this morning. I bought on the news this morning. It did pretty well.
Yeah.
With the MSIG, but I sold it like 33.2 or something,
Yeah.
So, but I've just been buying on news lately. I just kind of wanted to let everybody know that too. It's because that seems just when I was trying to hold stocks, it's like if you've got a large position and you're losing like $2-3 grand every time it just barely dips, I mean, I was buying high, selling low.
Yeah, no, it's frustrating. It's
the bleeding,
It's very, very frustrating. That's why when it comes to OTCs, man, we talk buy and hold. If you can get in at practically nothing, then sure, definitely hold it and get as much gains as you can. But if you're playing a stock that's running, man, sometimes enjoy that 10 or 20% and get the fuck out of there. You know what I mean? Because you don't know when it's going to pull back.
Yeah.
And don't beat yourself up for letting the stock go another 30% without you, as long as you got your percentage gain. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Or else you end up it's hard, but it's frustrating, and I'm learning, and hopefully everybody's learning, and really appreciate your show, man. I'm sure everybody appreciates it, and so yeah, keep up the good work, and I'll call in if I hear anything when I'm always listening in, and so if I hear you guys talking about something and I know something, I'm always on in and let you know.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you for calling. Call back anytime. 530. Thank you. I appreciate you, bro. All right, ICLD. I see you guys in the chat room buying that up. Let me see here. ICLD. Yeah, man. I mean, look, this shit is really shady. I mean, I can't tell you guys that enough, man. This is a shady ass game. And when these stocks are running, take your 20 or 30% and get the fuck out of there. What happens though for many of you is that you'll be up and then you get greedy. You'll see the stock up 30, 40% in your account. And then all of a sudden, Mr. All I Want is $300 says, okay, let me see if I can get $3,000 out of this. And that's the problem. ICLD, Grant Gatewood, you said you bought the breakout at 0022. I'm guessing it was the first one because the stock settled at 0022. But ICLD looks like it was man, this would have been a very, very good stock to get in just late February at that 01 at 1 cent a share. You've been up really nicely in that stock, ICLD. Starting off March very, very, very well. Starting off February very, very, very well. Londell Carter talking about scaling out. Yeah. GBSN was hot last week, and today continue to put on gains. GBSN had a really good week last week. There were a lot of people talking about GBSN last week as the stock crossed above the 200-day moving average after for a while being, kind of played out for a long time, man. GBSN was bleeding for a long time. But again, March, bringing back some of these old runners. So GBSN, as you can see here, now almost 5 days in a row of some kind of green, as you see the first 2 days. And last 3 days been very strong increasing volume, as well as gains on GBSN. So GBSN now trying to get out of the doubles, working its way higher. This was a stock again, if you go back to December, I think the stock actually And this is, I think, a former Nasdaq play as well too. That was a former Nasdaq play. Yeah, Bats. We talked about GPSN. It's a former Nasdaq play as well. More PC said you got your 15%. Never look back. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, get your 20, get your 30, get your 50, and get the fuck out of there. You know, that's the only thing about this game is that it does, you know, especially when you're under the $25,000, you know, you end up using, you know, your day trades by Wednesday sometimes, depending on how you play. That's where we go back to that conversation where we had about buying in the sweet spot and finding, you know, lows in the stock, GBSN. One that probably wouldn't have been able to see coming as well. This is another one you probably wouldn't have been able to see unless, again, you were really hunting on those moves that Bad Scientist talks about. Is like looking for those confirmations on the daily chart where you see 1 and then 2 and then the hammer. You know, you probably would have bought in GBSN last Thursday. Again, if you follow Bad Scientist methodology, probably would have got it on Thursday. All right. Craig G. Okay. Who else? Mylan Davis, PRIS. Okay. PRIS. Let me see, go to this one because sometimes this doesn't bring it up. PRIS. I'm not seeing what you're looking at, bro. I'm not seeing what you're looking at. LNGT, Africa Emporium. Laser Energetics. Laser Energetics. Let me see here. LNGT. All right. So stop sign here on this one. 42% gain. Volume isn't crazy. Volume isn't crazy, but we'll see what, again, do your research on it. Volume isn't crazy. You know, a lot of these stop sign stocks have been running lately. And I told you guys what the game was for a lot of these stop sign stocks is that, you know, groups of people will get in heavy to kind of send waves out to the greater market, and then other people try to jump on and buy their gains. So be careful of that in LNGT, stop sign stock. PIRS. Thank you for that, Bad Scientist. Up 264. Ooh, big confirmation on PIRS here on the daily chart. Again, man, this is multiple day runner here. Multiple day runner here. Above the 20-day moving average on the daily. Stuck its hand right above the bands there. You're at 264. So you're actually looking to pull back here in the future, but you should have possibly had done that today, but it didn't happen. That probably should have been done today. On the 5-minute chart, you're still within the bands on the 5-minute, but just know on the daily you're overextended. That's something to know. But again, this is a beautifully played chart. A beautifully played chart. As you can see here, the stocks really started to move at 10, which is really interesting. You know, the market opens at 9:30, so this, all of a sudden, all this volume coming in at 10 a.m., I'm guessing some news was released at 10 a.m. If I'm wrong, please correct me. And I'm looking for that news now on PIRS. Okay, I see some news that came out at 7:30 a.m. today. So interesting that PRIS all of a sudden, you know, massive buying came in at 10 a.m., but the news was released at 7:30. All right. Okay. Always interesting there. So, all right. So anyway, the buying obviously sparked some increased attention. And as you can see in the stock, it eventually moved a lot higher, breaking that daily high that set for itself at 237. And you could have bought the breakout and didn't do so much after that. Didn't do so much after that until the late 3:30 toward the close. And the news was that their oncology drug candidate is going to be presented, or some data will be presented at the 2017 meeting of the American Association for Cancer Research. All right, PIRS is a clinical stage biotech play. All right, so not even the strongest news, but, clinical stage company, low market cap, information like that does wonders. Information like that does wonders. And going back to the daily chart here, using that 200 moving average for support, you're doing very well. All right, did that earlier in January, and then so far at 264, as you can see here on the daily chart, you're above the band. So a possible correction could be coming on that, but just be very careful. And Bad Scientist is right. You're absolutely right. Started with the doji 5 days ago. Started with that doji 5 days ago. And shout out to the people who I sent the candlestick PDF to. You guys had requested that. Send me the email, happypennystocks@gmail.com. I posted it in the Discord room. I'll post it again in the Discord room so you guys can take advantage of that. And let me post a link again to the Discord room. For those of you guys who don't know, the Discord room is a room where after the show, during the show, before the show, if you have any questions, you can share your gains, trading ideas, whatever it is in the Discord room. There are multiple other rooms you can get from there too as well. So join us in the Discord room. As you can see right there, I put in the link. If you're not already a subscriber, click subscribe. Please click subscribe right now. Please press like on this video. If you've seen a stock you like or some information you learned today, go ahead and click like. I appreciate it. TGTX. All right, TGTX, 90% gain on the stock. Yeah, I don't know much about this one, man. At $10.20 a share. Nah, you're out of my price range. You're out of my price range at $10.20 a share there. I like getting, these Nasdaq stocks, I like getting at least, if I can't get at least 500 to 1,000 shares, I'm a little iffy on it. So at $10.20, you're out of my price range on it. All right. Price action level 2, your besties. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And volume, of course, you probably would agree too. ALQA. ALQA. Let me see here. ALQA. 82 cents. Alquia Biomedical. Still below the 200 moving average, but we're above the bands, which is really interesting. Because typically you don't see. All right. Really interesting. We're below the 200 moving average, but huge move here in the stock over the last 2 weeks. As you can see here, this is an incredible move from 45 cents to 82 cents in a matter of not even 15 days. As you can see here on the 24th, you're at about 45 cents. And sure enough, now closed at 82 cents today. Your actual high was almost 85, which is just below the 200 moving average. So let's hope that's not a ceiling for the stock, because that means a possible pullback could be coming if we don't break that tomorrow and find some support above those prices. But ALQA, nice move for the stock in general. Nice move for the stock in general. Obviously, go back in time here. As you can see, where are we at? All right, so we do have a little bit of a ceiling at 96 cents. You got a ceiling at 96 cents in ALQA, and that looks like back in October 6th of 2016. All right, so do your research on that. Looks like a little bit of a wall there at 96 cents. A little bit of a wall there, but it could be the 200-day moving average as well. All right, but now you know the 200 as well as that 96 cents price. All right, but today it was the 200 moving average. All right. ALQA. In fact, let me write ALQA down because I like that for myself, actually. Love a cheap runner like that. A cheap runner like that. ALQA. You know, that's a stock you can grab a couple hundred shares of, under $1. Well, you know, relatively liquid. You know what I'm saying? Get yourself 20 cent, 30 cent, 10 cent. You know, a dime is a good return depending on how many shares you got. All right, IMMD. And yeah, that was, you know, if I'm correct, that was a Nasdaq play as well, too. You know, grab yourself a couple shares of that and be able to do something with it and not necessarily get scared out too badly. ALQA, that was the ticker. Nasdaq play. IMMD. Bad Scientist, thank you for bringing that up. Yeah, that's been set up really nicely. And Bats, can you call up and give me the settings again? When you talked about FinViz, Bats, if you got a minute, Bats, if you can call up and give me those FinViz settings for the Doji, I'd appreciate it. And I think people in the chat room watching would really appreciate it if you called up and gave us those settings to uncover stocks on FinViz. We're absolutely free, using the free version of the website to uncover stocks that are undergoing a possible reversal situation. All right, so Bats, if you've got a minute, let us know. I appreciate. Okay, there you are. There it is. Bats, you there?
Hey Sal, how's it going?
Good. Yeah, man. So I don't know if you got a minute you want to share with us.
Sure.
You know how you go about doing that, finding stocks that are possibly going to be turning around. You know, you can share that with us using FinViz.
Okay, yeah. So you're talking specifically about the Doji setup?
Yes. So particularly, particularly the Doji setup, and then looking for confirmation the next day in the stock.
Okay. So once again, I'm looking for low RSI stocks, so stocks that are oversold that currently have a Doji. So what you need to do is go to the FinViz homepage.
Okay.
And once you're there, you'll see options where it says Home, News, and Screener. You want to click on Screener.
Okay. I know you guys
So that's gonna typically have under order. What do you have? Do you have it as ticker or do you have it as change?
So you mean under Screener, right?
Yeah. So what's showing up as your first stock for today?
Agilent Technologies.
Okay. So what you need to do is go across. So Agilent is you see where it says company, where it's listing all the companies. Move across to the right-hand side of the page to the second last column where it says change.
Okay, hold on. Second to last column where it says change.
Yeah, because you want to arrange it as from the biggest gainers to the smallest gainers.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Okay, yes, I do see it. Okay.
You might have to click it twice. It might give you ascending order first, then.
All right. So now my biggest gainer is TGTX.
Okay, excellent. So now in the center of the page where you have all those options, can you see where it says descriptive, fundamental, technical, and all?
Yes. Okay. Descriptive, fundamental, technical, and all. Yes, I see them.
Click on technical.
All right. So technical.
And then move across to the right-hand side of the page. You'll see gap, change from open, and candlestick. You want to click the candlestick option.
All right, so gap and candlestick. So I'm looking for candlestick. Okay, so I got the candlestick open.
So click on Doji.
All right, Doji. All right, Doji's been selected.
So now that you have the highest gainers that formed the Doji today, now looking for a bullish reversal, what you now have to do is have it so that you're selecting by or filtering by RSI in ascending order. So from lowest RSI to highest RSI. So for that, can you see where you found descriptive, fundamental? Just above that, you'll see in black it's called order, and it should have change in it.
Yes, I see it up here.
So click on that and page down to where you go to relative strength index.
All right. Okay, so then, relative strength. Okay, I've selected relative strength.
And then change from descending to ascending.
All right, so descending to ascending.
Okay, so now you've got all the stocks from low RSI to high RSI. The problem is you don't necessarily want the stocks that are red or down, or maybe you do, because most of these setups may come from a low RSI position. So what you can do is go to descriptive.
Okay.
And select current volume. So that depends. I normally like to go for something like 500,000 as your current volume.
Okay.
So on the descriptive tab, I think the second to last column, at the bottom, you've got current volume.
All right. So
you want that so it's over 500,000.
All right, over 500,000.
Yes. And now, what do you see there?
POT is my number one.
Yes, potash. So what you can do, Sal, from this setup, just bookmark that page, and you'll never have to set that thing up again.
Oh, wow. Okay, great. So now I can just bookmark this, and I will never have to do that again. Okay, wow.
Yeah, just set that up. Now you've got all the high volume stocks that have formed a doji. You see your POT. It looks like it's setting up for a morning star. If tomorrow it gaps up above 1702, you know you don't even wait. You get into it if it's above 702.
There it is.
1702.
There it is.
That's it. Yep.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Bad Scientist. Thank you so much, man.
All right, no problem. Take care.
All right, so shout out to Bad Scientist showing you guys how to do that real quick. All right, so hopefully you guys saw that. And, that was the list right there, as you guys can see. If you got on FinViz, again, a free site, and the idea is that you're looking for doji patterns and then confirmation the next day. So if you get the doji, you get the bullish confirmation toward the close in the stock, it is a high percentage trade, right? High likelihood that you'll have a continuation, green day the very next day. Okay? All right. So there's the link. I mean, Bad Scientist, go ahead and, Bad Scientist just shared the link in the chat room. All right, there's the link in the chat room. There it is. Yeah. Appreciate that, Spencer Gordon. So Spencer Gordon learned something from it. All right, so interesting. And then, by the way, he used volume over 500,000. You can, if you're a little bit of a risk taker, you can probably go down to as low as 250. Probably get some other different stocks in there that maybe a little bit early. That might be a little bit early, depending on how much of a risk you're willing to get. You're probably going to see a little bit of a wider bid-ask spreads on the lower volumes, but, obviously move the volume a little bit higher. You can probably go up to 1 million if you're looking for a really tight spread on the bid and ask. If you're looking for a tighter spread on the bid and ask, then you'd raise the volume up to 1 million. What's going on, Trading Jedi? Yeah, there it is. But yeah, go ahead and get that link from Bad Scientist. Save that page, and now you'll never have to set it up. So you don't even have to watch what you just missed. If you missed it, just grab the link, and you'll never have to set it up again. Bookmark it, and you're good to go. All right. There it is. So that way you can always stay abreast of, stocks that are possibly turning around. And sure enough, when we look at POTN, we've got very, very bearish momentum as of the 21st. And that doji pattern, we see a couple fakes here earlier. But again, what was nice about it that you didn't see any real confirmation. Right? Doji, no confirmation. Doji, no confirmation. So we'll see tomorrow if there's confirmation in POT. This is actually more expensive stock. So, we look at the cheaper plays. In fact, let me find a cheaper play that might actually be in our consideration. Let's see here. AXAS. Oil play. Oil play, 212. Again, very bearish momentum. Very bearish momentum. Are we at a bottom here? Doesn't look like based on the chart. Doesn't look like it. So that might be an iffy one. Let me see here. And again, obviously organize it. You can add more descriptive information by setting the price to under 5. Let me actually go to under 10 for price. Wow. And if you set the price under 10, boy, does that list get really low. All right, let me go down to over. Let me see. Okay, let's see here. ARCO. Nah, don't like this one. PSTI. All right, PSTI, interesting. That stock gap down. Bands are really tight on this one. On PSTI, biotech play. Obviously, something happened here in late January. The stock looking to, you still got about 30 to 40 cents of value that's been lost that could be recovered. And it's got a slight angle to it, so it's trying to work its way higher. This is PSTI. See a semiconductor play, UMC. Okay, no, UMC still pretty high off that move on the 24th. Let me see here. This used to be one of my favorites here, Genesis Healthcare. Used to be one of my favorites until it started just running out of steam there. If you remember back in January, Genesis Healthcare was a winner. I mean, this was a stock you could have bought and just sat on for days at a time. You were coming out weekly with about 30 to 40 cents a share. All of a sudden, the trajectory changed there. As you can see, we went below the 20-day moving average and have never recovered. So Genesis Healthcare, could it possibly be trying to jump off that 200-day moving average? So this is actually a play that you might like. Genesis Healthcare, I'm very familiar with the company. If it's going to use that 200-day moving average as support, that, tomorrow will be the right time to use it. Tomorrow will be the right time to use it. All right. So again, very, very good list that it can develop there on that. All right. What's going on with my live chat here? Let me see here, man. There it is. Okay. Yeah, we talked about TXHD. We talked about TXHD. Very impressed. We're very impressed with it. Huge gain, 325%. Yeah, we're very impressed with TXHD. What I would hate is that we go into the stock tomorrow and everybody gets shitted on. Because then nobody's going to bring it up tomorrow. What's going on, Sinclair? All right. That's the only problem. You know. Yeah, get the yodel for TXHD. Shout out to the people who were in that, man. If you made some money on that, congratulations to you. Zoom is the Zoom, SOUM. Is Zoom the game company? I can't remember. Okay, no, I think that's Soul and Vibe. Soul and Vibe, SOUL. But Zoom is a different kind of play. Zoom. Yeah, I get Zoom and Soul confused. I don't see anything going on in Zoom so far. I might be corrected. You got some people loading up though in SOUM. Got some people loading up here in the 1s and 2s in SOUM. Yep, you do have some people loading up there. Might be, actually, yeah, it's a pretty good spot you want to sit in as people start selling those. You got buyers here in SOUM at the 1s and 2s who are loading. But yeah, the stock I got confused with was Soul and Vibe Interactive, and that stock hasn't done much in a while. In fact, I don't know if they're doing any business right now. All right, Tyson Batch, that's what's up, man. That's what's up. But going back to Sinclair's CX, man, that's a scary looking chart. Look at this, man. That's a scary looking chart. Here's a daily chart, but as you can see, you definitely want to get in this stock at the lows. The bands haven't been as wide recently in the stock, but man, look, that's a beautiful, look at that situation right here. That would have been something you would have loved to get in. But the bands are now a lot tighter than they were before in January. So now your range is a lot tighter, and it has been a lot tighter from 922 to the low of 846. So you want to see something break out of here relatively soon in CX. STM, Sinclair, man, I've been watching this ever since you brought it up, like in January. STM has been a micro, it's a semiconductor play, STM. And Sinclair, man, Sinclair brought it up he brought it up in like December when it was in the 9s, bro. And Sinclair, I can't thank you enough because I got some grown folks into this stock. I mean, grown folks in my family who I wouldn't dare tell them about penny stocks because their money means that much to them. Worked too long for them to put it in a penny stock, but definitely not young people like us. But they've been very, very happy with what STM is doing. And it's a stock that I check very, very regularly in case of any kind of turnaround. I'll definitely get them out of there. But the gains have just been incredible. Absolutely incredible. Let me give them one of DJ Clues' bombs for that one. That's for you, Sinclair. Appreciate that. CVM, Cellsci Corporation, 11 cents a share. Who brought that up? Cruise Cuts. What do you see in this one, man? Looks like all right, it still looks like it's still below 28 cents. You're at 11 cents now. Looks like you got support at 9. Probably even lower at 8 or 7. So you could be even high on this one right now. CVM. Yeah, we checked out BSTG. We like BSTG. It's doing really well. Here's another stock that gapped down and it's slowly working its way to recover that gain. I think in BSTG, you probably only got another 10 or 12 cents left in that in BSTG. I think you would have really have loved to have got it in at that bottom, which was that 30 cents. That 30 to 38 cents, I think you would have loved to be in, actually 30 to 35 cents. Right now at 40 cents, it's taking you, almost, a month to get 10 cents in the stock in BSTG. I don't know if you have any more left based on that pattern. I don't know if you have any more left. Okay. Yeah. Well, nah, it's not for it's DJ Clues' bomb. You remember DJ Clues stole it for Funk Flex. That's why Charlemagne always says, give him one of DJ Clues' bombs. All right, what's going on, Chris McCullum? PSID is a paid pump. PSID, if it is a paid pump, it's not doing very well. It hasn't been doing very well in a long time. And today was no indication of a good pump in the stock. I don't see anything going on in PSID very well. 248, you're on the air. What's up?
Hey, what's going on, man? Hey, just calling to see. Have you guys heard of what do you think about Vapor, VPOR? Any thoughts on that?
What's the stock again?
VPOR.
Oh, VP. Okay, VPOR. All right, Vapor Group. Let me see here. VPOR. What have we done recently? The daily chart doesn't look too bad on the daily chart. This is one that we bring up here regularly here on the show. And this is a stock, again, I wish I could have got in a long time ago, 2016, because its run has been absolutely incredible. 11% gain on the stock today. I'm looking at what was that last news we had brought up last week.
Oh yeah, they basically make connections overseas.
Yeah.
Holland, I think. Yeah, so they got a really great price. I mean, it's a greasy grinder. And did you know about the simple cork?
Yeah,
did you see that?
Yeah, that was
out with that too.
The news last week was that connection to Europe. That was kind of what had brought it on our radar. And sure enough, today the stock pulled back after that run. But yeah, I think if you bought the pullback, is that or I mean, have you been in a run from the beginning, or do you just jump in now?
No, I got in at 17 actually.
Okay.
So I haven't been flipping though.
Okay.
Kind of stuck with it. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, definitely see what happens on this one. But so far, I mean, I like the way the market bought those pullback stocks. They're at 555. Not bad on the news that came out today too.
Yeah. I hope the share structure it's huge. It's $4 billion. I think.
It's a lot of float too, man.
A lot of float, yeah. But hopefully they'll come out with it. Maybe they were going to retire. Maybe that's possible too.
That'd be huge news for the stock if they retire some shares. All right, appreciate it, man. Thanks for the call, dude.
All right, man. Thanks, man. Thank you.
All right, so I mean, Vapor Group, I mean that's his problem though. Is just and you can tell it kind of bothers him a little bit because that's I was just going to mention that the huge amount of outstanding shares, almost 4 billion shares outstanding, man, and that float is ridiculous too. $18 million market cap, it's not bad, So. But look, I mean, they bought the pullback. You got 11% in the stock today. You said he's in at 17. So he's up nicely if I'm thinking, if that's what he means, is that 0017, if that's what he means. Yeah, we talked about BIOS. We like BIOS. QTM. Haven't seen this one at QTM. QTM is also a very nice earnings play too, by the way. If you go back a couple months ago on QTM, it was doing absolutely nothing, and then earnings really blew it out the water. All right. Oh, Chris, cool, man. Appreciate it. Does float change as the stocks are bought? Londell Carter, that's an interesting question. I don't believe. Let me see here. That's an interesting question. I don't know if float changes, because I've always thought float was what didn't necessarily. Let me see. I don't know how to answer that question. So if somebody can answer Londell Carter's question, because I've never thought it changes, that it's updated like that, because I thought it was always a set amount of the outstanding shares that was allowed to be traded, so it doesn't necessarily go up and down, right? Unless there's a reverse split, Because I've always thought that float was basically everything outside of what management owns. Again, I might have that confused. And if somebody knows, please correct me. BPMX, Tyson Bats. Why are you watching BPMX? I do see it tightening, though. And Tyson Bats, I know you get them good picks. 47 cents on BPMX. Could be a momentum play here coming. All right, you got a little bit of divergence there with a low volume but increasing stock price in BPMX. So you could see a bump in that, which is, I think, how Tyson is playing at. Again, just below the 200-day moving average here on the daily chart. All right, I think he's looking to hit the wall there at 52 or possibly even higher. Low volume day today. Low volume day today on that one, but one to watch. AUPH. Man, AUPH is one that you just can never get a break on AUPH. This is a stock that, last week, we loved it last week. The stock pulled back, right? You had an incredible, intraday high, and then it pulled back from an incredible intraday high, still got the gain, followed up the next day with a smaller gain. You got confirmation today of continued bullish momentum on AUPH, which is really nice because today you had a lot fuller candlestick. So no crazy intraday high. No crazy intraday high today in AUPH. As you can see, the market actually pulled back at 2 o'clock. Man, that was a nice dip buy if you got in there in AUPH. Very strong dip buy. Let me see here. Where was the support for that, though? Actually, really wasn't any, unless... Okay, so wow, all right. So it used the third, the high of the third. All right, so an interesting intraday low in AUPH. Again, if you would have bought the pullback here at 514 as a stock, again, this is the 5-minute chart because, again, the 1-minute chart drives me insane. Yeah. ALQA, we took a look at. GBSN, we took a look at. Those are already on our list. Chris, you said the buy Felicia. No, I got a better sound than the buy Felicia. Get out of here, you damn nigga. Get out of here. Yeah, I got a better sign than buy Felicia. 760, you're on the air. What's up?
Hey, what up, Saul? This is Trading Jedi.
Hey, Trading Jedi. What's up, man?
Oh, nothing much, man. Just getting my sweat on at the gym, bro.
Okay, all right. What you got for us, man?
Hey, man, first I wanted to go ahead and say thank you so much, and thank you to the community, the team we got going on for bringing ticker symbol RNVA to my attention over the weekend.
Yeah, man.
I made a quick little scalp gain off it.
RNVA was a beast, man. It was an absolute beast. I actually thought, for as low float as it had, that we would find buyers at that high price this morning where it gapped up at. But I was actually surprised to see it couldn't hold, man.
Yeah, I saw that resistance around 240, 250 area, and actually bought the dip just around $3 and sold there. Mm-hmm. So I saw the market pulling back this morning, and I decided that, when that happens, like I said, I design my strategies around how the broad market's doing. And if the market's pulling back, you don't want to be day trading you don't want to be holding your day trades more than just, honestly, sometimes a few minutes. So that's where I went this morning.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, and RNVA too. It's and by the way, for the guys who didn't watch the Friday, incredibly low float. I think the float is less than 5 million now in RNVA. So this is going to be a runner at any moment now. Very similar to what Dries and a lot of other stocks are doing.
Heck yeah, brother. And also, I wanted to go ahead and tell everyone in the room. I hope you guys got a shot list with the market pulling back. So many stocks. I just want to buy every stock. Now that prices are coming down, I just want to buy everything.
So Trading Jedi, you believe this is a momentary thing, right? Do you consider, you still feel that there's more bullish momentum coming? Because I watched CNBC today, like most traders during the day, and they were starting to talk about possible tops here. But you still believe there's more bullish action to come?
Well, all I can tell you is based on today's price action. I mean, look at the SPY chart, S&P 500 today. We had the biggest pullback we had in a while, about 1/3 of 1%, and we ended up actually closing higher than we opened. So we had what I like to call a hollow red candle. So, that's always a sign of strength. Same thing with when you have a stock that gaps down but opens higher, or a stock that gaps up and closes lower. Those to me are either continuations or reversal patterns. So, I can't speak to the looming rate hike. I can't speak to Trump or any of that. All I'm saying is just based off the current price action. I have no, other than the rate hike, I have no reason to be overly bearish. Okay. And, if things hit the fan, I have a handful of stocks that that are kind of independent of the broad market. Okay. Be watching them closely with myself. But yeah, bro, a stock I wanted to bring to your guys' attention right now is a ticker symbol BONT, and I believe it's a retailer. But I love on the daily chart the technical pattern that we got here, man. If you look at that $7 support, that's a triple. That $7 support we're at is a triple bottom. That support hasn't been broken in years, bro, going back years and years. Right now, we just had the negative earnings catalyst in which people thought that the stock was going to fall under $1. It's packed with short interest. It's got like a 30% short float right now. But look, all the shorts are trapped because after that negative earnings, we gapped down, and now here we are at support.
Yeah, I'm seeing
nice support here.
I'm seeing support at this price as far back as 2009. That's crazy.
That's what I'm saying, bro. It's been going since the recession. That level's held up. So another thing that I wanted to say is this is a low floater too. I believe about 6 million float. So all we need is a little bit of volume to get it kicking, to get that short squeeze pumping, man.
Oh, okay. Look at Trading Jedi with the move for us, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Trading Jedi, for that.
You're welcome, bro. You're welcome.
All right.
And so that's my number one play. I really wish I had loaded up heavier because I loaded up the lows today, and by the time we closed, I was already a couple cents up. I'm feeling pretty optimistic.
Yeah, man, that's a recession low. We're in a bull market, so that's huge divergence opportunity for us to take advantage of here on BONT.
Yeah, especially that they already had earnings. Earnings were bad, but they weren't poor. And you had so many shorts already packed into that stock that now they're just sitting there twiddling their thumbs, bro, wondering, is it going to go down? Should I just move on to something else? Okay. And so if anything, even if it doesn't explode upwards like we see some of these short squeezes, it might melt up. So I'm in this for a swing trade. I'm looking to get into some more swing trades instead of doing these really quick day trades.
Yeah, and
just because, like I said, we got these pullbacks and we got the good prices.
I agree, and based on this BONT too as well, we don't really need too much volume, to scare some people into covering. I mean, they've made some incredible gains over the course of, the year, the couple months actually, if they've been able to get that short. So for those who've made their money, we could be looking at them, covering here relatively soon too.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And so that's the number one play that I'm most excited and most fired up about. Another one, I'm looking for these bottoms. I'm looking for these supports. Another one that we just saw a gap down, I believe, last week. Ticker symbol SBRL, Seadrill Corporation.
Yeah, Seadrill.
They got that gap down, but it's like holding that $1.25. So I went ahead and, it looks bearish, but I went ahead and loaded up on that $1.25, those $1.25 shares today. Mm-hmm. And another thing I was researching on this company is right now the book value of the company is $1.2 billion, but we're trading at about $630 million market cap. Okay. So whenever I see one of those kinds of divergences, it's like two different signals together, a nice little support at the bottom, mixed with a little share structuring.
Okay.
That's one I'm not sure exactly what it'll do. It's got a high float, but the volume does come in. So we'll see if oil kicks in, if it gets a little bump up to the upside. But
yeah, that
something
one
I loaded up on.
Yeah, Seadrill I know is very sensitive to oil, but yeah, I think if a turnaround in oil comes, which I don't think it's actually too bad right now. Let me see here, USO, where are we at? Okay, yeah, it actually hasn't been too bad for the year. So yeah, Seadrill kind of acting a little bit again. I don't remember what the last earnings for them was, or whether they beat or missed poorly. All right, SDRL, nice play for that.
Yeah, it's just that they announced that they're going to be doing some restructuring, and that's why the stock sold off. I'm thinking that maybe it might have just sold off a little too aggressively, and I'm just really looking for a couple cent bounce for a swing trade as we're looking for other plays. And then, of course, like a crack addict, I got to go hit that drive.
Yeah.
Hit up some drives today. So, bought that at the lows. We'll see what happens. That was just a straight-up gamble. I'm not going to lie, bro. I just love that stock.
Yeah. Drives is one of those stocks, man. If you can catch the bottom, dude, you can be a very, very rich man in Drives. So it's a lottery ticket, man. But if you win it, man, the payback is really nice. It's really nice.
Hey, yeah, for sure. But like I said, that main play that I'm really looking at from a technical standpoint, from a share structure standpoint, is that BONT, the retailer. That looked really nice, and I'm excited to put on some a little bit longer time frame swing trades. So should be nice. I'm feeling fired up for the week. I just paid my taxes on capital gains, and I'm ready to go rack up some more taxes for next year.
There it is. Thank you so much for the call, Trading Jedi.
Hey, yeah, man. Let's trade well and make some money. Thanks, bro.
Yes, sir. So Trading Jedi, good calls today, man. Good calls today. Shout out to Trading Jedi. Let me drop one of DJ Clues' bombs for him. Yes, sir. One more time. Yeah, man. Shout out to Trading Jedi. Some good calls there. RNVA, BONT, Seadrill, SDRL. All right, not bad. I think out of all his calls, I like BONT the most. Out of all his calls, I like BONT probably the most. As we saw, it had support at the recession at that low. All right, and we're nowhere near the recession any longer, but BONT could be, a fundamental situation. So be aware of that as well. But, we're playing the technical short-term opportunity in BONT, and that's what Trading Jedi is doing. GLF, Bad Scientist just brought that up. You're hanging at the low end of the band there at a 105. At 105 here. And Bats, I'm guessing you're looking for a bounce here. Bats, I'm guessing you're looking for a bounce here. Let me see here. If I'm correct, you're at the 52-week low. You've set the low now 3 days in a row in GLF. And I'm guessing you think this is going to eventually recover here. So, Bats, let me know what you're looking at in that stock in particular on GLF. 609, you're on the air. What's up?
What's up, Big Sal?
Hey, what's up, man? What you got for us, man?
Not much. This is Craig G, man. I just wanted to elaborate on that, something that I wrote in the room. Did you see the options on BONT?
No. What did the options look like?
Oh, my God. Wow, they look really good. So, let's just look at this. It's near its 52-week low. They have earnings coming out March 14th. So the options for April 21st, $1 strike price is 25 cents.
Oh, man. Oh, okay. So that's one you just take some risk on and load up just in case. That's one that you're willing to risk. $1 strike price? Oh, my God. So
right. So it's already trading at, that's in the money. So,
yes.
If you go to $2, it's for April 21st expiration, it's 25 cents still.
Oh, wow.
So, as of the close of today, really, how much can earnings, earnings could affect it a little bit, but, for that price, suppose earnings came in good.
Sure.
Then where do you go with that?
Of course.
You know, for 25 cents, gas price.
But here's the thing, Craig G. You might not even have to wait till earnings. You probably get out of here, sometime mid next week with a nice technical move in the stock. So,
that's true. I'm gonna watch it, man. I like that one a lot. That was a good one. I mean,
There it is, man. So, Craig G, what you got for us? I mean, you got maybe one or two stocks we can look at?
I was playing, I've been playing options a little bit, man.
Okay.
Today I kind of blew a trade on the video. You spoke about it earlier.
Yeah.
I had a 96 call for March, and I got out of it, man. And it fucking went. Today it went, bro. I think it's turning around.
Yeah.
So I've been playing, occasionally, if you guys, come across some good, then I'm still messing with the pennies.
Sure. No, I mean, I'm definitely looking into the options as well. When Mr. Lloyd calls up, we always say, take a look at what he's talking about. But NVIDIA, do you think NVIDIA could turn around here, or are we going to be bullish for a long time?
I think it is turning around. I mean, today, if you look at the chart today, the 5 and the 15 minute, look at it.
Yeah.
The 5 and the 15 minute, I think it got beat up and it's down. What the analyst, said something negative about it and it crashed. But I mean, if you go out and look at, it's been down, it's been beat up for ever since that happened. I think the analyst came out and spoke on when that was Friday, February 10th or something like that, or Thursday, February 9th is when that analyst came out and kind of downgraded it, and it's been down ever since. But look at the what is that, a doji today?
Yeah, and look at NVIDIA. I did pull up that 5 minute, and that 5 minute shows that turnaround, just as you say, possibly could be coming here. So I think tomorrow, man, if we break yesterday's or Friday's high of 98.74, this could really run at least maybe touch 100. That's what I was looking to possibly get into, a long call here in the 100 strike price.
Yeah, I had a 96 call with a March 24th expiration, and I don't know, I just didn't look at the chart right, and I got out, man, and I'm sorry that I got out.
Yeah,
I bought it today. I would have been up over $1 already.
Okay.
I got it for like $3 and some change. I think it was like $3.30 or something today, and then what's it at now? The 96 is probably, the bid is for March 24th. The bid is 96 $3.95.
Okay.
So I would have been up at least 60 cents, but at one time I seen it up over $4. So I mean,
there it
who
is.
knows? But it looks like it's starting to turn around.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much for the call, Craig G.
All right, thanks, Al.
All right, so again, Lies, if you play options, we're more than happy to hear you out here. You know what I mean? My only thing is, as long as it's something that a widespread of the market can do, you know what I'm saying? Guys want to play options. Most penny players can play what you're doing. It's just when guys call up and they want to buy 200 contracts of Google, I think you're calling the wrong show. We did MKAU. We talked about MKAU, man. Again, I brushed up on it on Friday and today. Just a sad story all around, man, because this was a situation where management was misleading investors. So I don't know if there's a lawsuit in the works or whatnot, or maybe this is just, them. I don't know, but they just disappeared. I don't know where they are in the process anymore. I don't know if it's ever going live. Who knows? 530, you're on the air.
Hey, Sal. Sorry, I called in a minute ago, but I just wanted to let you guys know I found some pretty hot news just now that I'm thinking is going to kill it tomorrow morning. Let me turn this shit down. Let me see. Anyways, a company called ESES. They just released news at 5 p.m. this evening about 17 million. They just secured $17 million in new funding.
And what's the ticker
for their company? On ESES.
EFES.
Yeah, ESES.
EFES.
No, S is in Sally. So E is in Evan, S is in Sally, I guess. ESES. So yeah, I just found some news on it that looks pretty good.
Okay. ESES. All right.
And I've seen it run in the last couple months pretty good. Now it's pretty low right now, so I'm thinking tomorrow morning it's going to run.
Okay, hold on. Yeah, very bearish. Definitely very bearish since its last run back in late January. It did move, man. That's a pretty big 2-day move for the stock. You actually got an opportunity to get in. I see that first day that candle was really scary, man. Got as high as $2 before closing, and that won about 75 cents, 75 cents cheaper. But the second day tested that previous day's high. Let me see here. What was that? I'm trying to look for that news you're looking at.
Yeah, I'm just thinking on just based on that news, and it's pretty low right now because it was I don't know what it ran up to. I was just pulling the chart up, and then I got that YouTube on. It's real loud, and
yeah,
I just figured I'd throw that out at you guys because that news looks pretty juicy, and I think people are going to be excited about a $17 million deal.
Yeah, I definitely saw that. I see it here, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, it came out 8 p.m. as he said, and the company did secure that $17 million in new funding. ESES is the ticker, and coming in after hours, late after hours, way after.
Yeah.
You could possibly.
Well, I was looking at the news, going, well, why did this fucking drop 13% today? And then I'm like, 5 p.m. So, yeah, I mean, your guess is as good as mine. Everybody can look at the chart, but the news looks good.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking about I'm gonna see what happens like pre-market, but I'm gonna probably jump on that in the morning. But
all right, appreciate it, man. Thank you so much for the call, bro.
All right, yeah, thanks a lot.
All right, so 530 letting you guys know. 530 letting you guys know where you can make some money at.
Oh shit!
ESES after hours 8 p.m. News drops, and let me give an astonage. Thank you for that. And I mean, look, it's a good play. I like the fact that it's almost where it took off at the first time. It's almost where it took off the first time. So we'll take a look at it. ESES, put it on your list and see what happens. 503, you're on the air. What's up?
Hey Sal, I called you last week and asked you about FWDG, and you told me that in a week or so, judging by the volume, you thought it might go up a tick.
Mm-hmm.
And out of nowhere, it went up a tick.
Yeah, I mean, it's done that. I wish it did a little bit more today. Let me see, FWDG, Future World. As you know, this is the sister company of Future Land. Now, are you up in the stock now that it's going up?
Yeah, I bought it at the 0001. About 2 months ago. I bought 1 million shares for like $100.
Okay. Oh yeah. So you're sitting pretty in it. Okay. All right. So FWDG, yeah, 59 million shares traded today alone. So I mean, hopefully this could be doing something, man. I think that would really help you out, build on those gains.
Yeah.
F0003, and let me see what the main parent company is doing here. All right, so the parent company is pretty much going sideways, but yeah, FWDG, Future World.
It didn't do anything forever, and like I said, good feedback though, because you called it, man. I just wanted to call in and let you know your call was right, man.
Appreciate it, man. Thanks a lot for that. And I'm kind of mad I didn't get it. I'm looking at the chart and I'm pissed off because I should have got in it. But nice play.
You were right about that volume, though. Yeah, when that volume was moving, I mean, it never moved up. But ever since you made that call, I noticed it's been crazy volume. So it might be doing something.
Well, we'll see. Yeah, they're definitely taking positions. I'm not sure for what. But I'm watching it here on the daily chart, and yeah, there are people taking positions in FWDG. Who knows what for? But as we know, these promoters, they always got something up their sleeve. The stock is now up above the 20-day moving average, as I see here on the daily chart. So I'll continue to watch that, man. Thank you so much for the call.
Okay, man. Thanks, dude. We'll talk to you later.
All right. So, yeah, it's always good when it goes right and you make a call and it goes right. But then you really get pissed off that you didn't take a position on it. Yeah, I mean, he's up real nicely. He got in at 0001, you know, for several million shares, as he said. I mean, if that stock runs to, if he doubles, he could possibly look at 0006 or higher. You know, if he's patient enough for another maybe, couple weeks. You know, if they're buying those lows, people stacking up, not selling, he could very well find himself up, 600, 700% relatively soon. You know, if he's in that low. MJ, Mary Jane. Mary Jane is one of those companies, man, you got to be very careful on this one. The float is ridiculous. But at the same time, man, if you get it at a great price, it can run. It's just, you got a lot of sellers in there. Yeah, Big Zini, I did take a look at that. Yeah, the thing about that, Dominic, is that you just got a lot of sellers in MJ, man. You just got a lot of people who are looking to dump shares. They're in it at 0001, like this gentleman who just called up. They're in it at 0001, and every time the stock gets an opportunity to get at the doubles or even approach mid doubles, they're looking to dump their shares because they're up huge, 300, 400%. For example, the guy who called up, he said almost 100 million shares. If the stock gets to, 999, he's probably going to sell. So if you're the guy who got in at 0007, 888, you're hoping you can get double digits, and here this guy comes up with, 0001 shares, knocking it all the way back down, But, I mean, that's the market for you. It is what it is. All right, ALKM here, that was another stock that did an incredible run. That was a 000 stock that went from triple to the doubles. You had a couple people in there, a couple thousand, up 1,000, couple percent. All right, so let me go ahead and close up the show here soon. NAKD, Naked, if you guys remember, this was, what's the guy's name? Dwayne Wade's company. It's not his company, but he was the pitch man for NAKD for some time. I don't know if he's still associated with them or not, but Dwayne Wade was pitching their shit. I'm not sure if he's still affiliated. All right, but he was on their website and whatnot. So we'll see. So again, Bad Scientist puts out some really good plays. Trading Jedi, really good plays. Tyson Bats, thank you for the call. All right. Some really good plays. You guys know I don't write them all down. I'm over here saving them for myself sometimes. But as we go through the chart, obviously, have a little piece of paper or something that interests you. Write it down. But some really good plays for tomorrow. If you've got some trades left, I think they're, BIOS, I didn't even write down. That's another one, BIOS, that was really good. We had some good runners on the market today. Nasdaq really owned the shit today. I mean, Nasdaq today, you had some stocks that started off down, found there some momentum and ran. Penny stocks, OTCs, you had some OTC plays that kind of came out of nowhere. And if you were really on top of it, you were able to make some money. But I think today was all about Nasdaq because you were able to get in and find some really good gains. If you had the trades, BIOS in particular, as you can see, BIOS. Let me get that 5-minute chart. Here was BIOS. I mean, this is just again, a beautiful day trade. If you got in any time before 11 o'clock, you made some money in the stock. And this is all you can ask for as a trader. Anytime before 10 o'clock and you're just constantly hitting the highs. And particularly the first 2 hours of the day, that's really where you want to kind of get in. Very rarely will you have like what happened in NVDA today, more expensive stock, more of an option player stock, where the stock turns around midday. So for a Nasdaq runner, when you're starting, it sets a high, pulls back, crushes the high, pulls back, crushes the high. You want to really be in there the first 2 times it does that, because you might not get another chance to get on that high. Bad Scientist, there's Bad Scientist with that. All right, Jay, you can go ahead and roll out, bro. Go ahead and roll out. It's all right, baby. All right, TXTM. Yeah, TXTM, that's another one. I mean, we didn't even write that down. TXTM, one of the hottest stocks on the market right now. Okay. Be careful with that one. But that's another one. So a lot of good plays, man. A lot of good plays. You're gonna have to be a little bit, fast with your profit taking, and some of those OTC stocks we looked at today that are up, triple digits, huge double digit moves. You might want to be quick with them. I'm not sure how long they will sustain themselves. OWCP, which was last week's huge runner, and the week before that, to be honest, as well as Rising India. Rising India, that was another one. Rocky Mountain High Brands. I remember Mark used to call about this all the time. He didn't call up today. But RSII as well as OWCP looking to get back to winning ways. All right. Bad Scientist, thank you so much for that walkthrough on FinViz. Thank you so much for that walkthrough on FinViz. And for those of you guys who didn't get it, let me see if I don't even think I still got it up. Oh, here it is right here. Here is the link to that FinViz page. You won't have to set it again. I think it goes there anyway. All right. So you can just pull it up. Those are, doji setups that could be turning around. How you play those is that you look for a bullish confirmation toward the end of the day, get in late in order to sell the very next day for a profit. All right. Thank you to everybody who called up. I'll be back here tomorrow as well, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 8:45, 9-ish. It's somewhere between 8:30 and 9, right? So thank you to everybody who called up. Good calls today, man. Good solid calls, good plays for tomorrow. Today was a good wrap up. Appreciate you guys in the chat room. All right, so let me see who's still in here. Shout out to 3 Hooks still in the building. The Tom G100, thank you, sir. Trading Jedi, man, thank you so much for the call, man. Who else is in here? Rich Live TV, thank you, man. Appreciate you joining us. Thank you, everybody, to the call. Dom Willis, 99% trade. Marco, higher level. Add the Leon. Who else is in here? Tyson Batch, thank you, sir, for those picks, man. And Tyson Batch, you're doing really good, man. I've been seeing some of the stuff you've been posting. Big Zini, appreciate you, man. Nathan Qualls, thank you so much, man. Always in the chat room participating. Cora Lee, more peace. Craig G, Q DeMaio, Travi, Mag. I don't know. I haven't seen Mag in a minute. Hiawatha, Africa Emporium. Patrick, appreciate it. Money Stay Woke. Johnny Get Down, Big Cini. To be or not to be. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it, man. So again, join me tomorrow. Same time, same place. You guys know this is the penny wrap up. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Take care. See you tomorrow. Happy trading, everyone.